You didn't see it coming? It was perfect, or should I say, almost perfect. Your life totally revolved around this person, and you can't seem to come to terms on how to continue in their absence. There's nothing wrong with you for missing someone you know is wrong for you. It's normal. It's natural. Your brain might not know how unhealthy he is, but your heart is still healing. Your heart has no idea what's been going on. You can't change the past, but you can cleanse your memories. You have to teach yourself to lose interest in visiting the island resort where traumatic memories are repressed. But now you have a glimpse of what it feels like leaving someone else unread. Exodus chapter 20 verse 5 talks about the jealous love of God, especially when their attention is turned towards an idol. I'm sure you're thinking of how an idol came into the picture, but let me take you back to memory lane. 2 Corinthians talks about casting and tearing down all imaginations that has exalted itself against the knowledge of God. Do you know relationship, friendship, or even a person can exalt itself above God in your life? Okay. Every moment spent with them takes you farther away from God. They leave you empty, and often you find yourself questioning your worth. You don't seem to understand because you thought they were also of the same faith. They were workers, ministers, and pastors in the ministry. They appeared perfect, and you chose to trust before testing. But 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 5 spoke about a Christian having a form of godliness, but define the power thereof. So, yes, you can find a toxic brother and sister in church. This is why the spirit of discerning is really important in this generation, because everyone is bearing the name Christian, but only a few have the lifestyle. So, don't be too quick to give in. God always brings people to be part of our lives. And it is important to know who this person is. Everyone we meet has a purpose in our life. But problems seem to arise when the purpose of a thing is not known, and then abuse is inevitable. We have dated friends and married acquaintances, and that's why it seems we have recent cases of failed relationships in church. I remember early 2017 when I attended a relationship seminar. A question was thrown at the audience, and they were asked to choose between time and trust, which was more important in a relationship. And to my greatest surprise, 84% chose time because it takes time to trust. And that's when it dawned on me why a lot of relationships fail in our generation. Because we are too quick to rush in and too slow to rush out. There will be times when you regret making a commitment, but for the sake of the relationship, it is generally best that you follow through on your commitment. But then avoid repeating the commitment. There will be some situations where you are required to break a commitment, but this should be communicated early and treated as a renegotiation. The reason you often end up breaking your agreements is that you are afraid to say no. You don't want to risk upsetting the other person or looking bad in their eyes. However, if you can't say no, you end up taking on more than you can actually manage. This leads to one of a few different outcomes. Trust is not when you avoid the difficult discussion and hope the other person understands. Trust is when you have the difficult discussion and know that the other person will understand why you need to have the discussion. Building trust is not risk-free. It doesn't happen by accident. It comes about as a result of giving others the opportunity to prove themselves trustworthy. It comes about by taking the opportunity to demonstrate that you are trustworthy. And all these takes time. We need to go back to remind ourselves the true meaning of love. From 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4 to 5. It says, love is patient, love is kind, love is not easily provoked, love thinks no evil, love does not rejoice in iniquity, and love never fails. We need to use this standard and evaluate our relationships. Living in constant fear and anxiety until when they call you or message you, hoping that every notification from your phone is a message from them. How can you love something so much that you allow it to suffocate? Well, because you never allowed it to breathe. There's this ancient proverb that says, when you hold on to something too tight, it slips out of your hands. You can't continue to live in constant fear over this person. We are reminded 365 times in the Bible to fear not. Love and fear has an oxymoron relationship. They can't exist together. 1 John chapter 4 verse 16 told us, love is supposed to drive away fear. So why are you always anxious? Why are you worried? Why are you in constant hurt? From recent surveys, 90% of people that overcame their fears didn't run from it. They faced it while being afraid. So allow yourself to feel the fear. Allow yourself to feel the emotions, to feel the hurt and pain. But do what is right regardless of how you feel. Always look at the big picture. All things work together for our good. Even though the road to the destination may be difficult, the destination will not look like the road.